The Walking Dead, the best show on right now, in my opinion, and in most other people's opinion. Directed and made by Robert Kirkman and AMC Production. We finally find out who Negan kills. Keep in mind, there are spoilers here, so be warned. Now, it opens up right where we left off in Season 6, seeing and finally meeting Negan. And he does his little example with Lucille, except it's right after who he kills. So you don't know right off the bat. Then he talks about how right-hand men are awesome and how he knocked out his right-hand man, and he asks what weapon he has. Then we get to a flashback because they go on a little drive. They get to a flashback, and in the flashback he does this little eeny meeny miny mo thing, and then you wait, and then he gets right to who he kills. Then you find out. You find out that it's not. There's certain people that it's not. You find out it's not Carl. It's not Maggie. And it's not Rick. Of course it's not Rick. I mean, why would it be Rick? He's the main character of the show. It's definitely not Michonne because she's a woman and he doesn't really kill women. And it's not Aaron because Aaron's a new person. And, he's not a bad character in my opinion. Not Sasha because she's a girl again. He won't kill girls. Rosita won't kill a girl because he does other things with the girls. Not Eugene, but you would think it would be him because, it's been around for a while, and, about time. It's not Daryl. Why would they kill him? It's one of the main characters. But you find out it's Glenn and Abraham. I know what you're thinking. It's two people. It's surprising that you weren't expecting that. It starts off with Abraham. He hits Abraham. That's his first example. But then Daryl decides to fight back, and then Glenn gets the hit. And it looks exactly like from the comic books. It's his eye popping out and everything. It's exactly right at the comic books, and not in the way you would think it is though. You would think it would have been like Glenn and then maybe Abraham in another episode or something, but it's still like in the comic book, Abraham dies from an arrow to the head and it goes through his eye through his brain in that comic book. But then at the very end of the comic book, you see Glenn get hit, so they weren't far off from what the comic book was. And there was a whole bunch of stakes in this episode. There's stakes where you don't know what his name's gonna do, Negan's gonna do with Rick. You don't know if he's gonna chop off his hand or hurt him or torture him. You don't know if Negan's actually gonna have Rick chop off his son's hand, but he doesn't because he sees that Rick is actually afraid. He thinks he's his enemy. And another thing in this episode is the tension. The tension between Rick and Negan is really tight. Right off the bat, you know that they're gonna be bitter enemies. They're gonna hate each other. And I love the way they put the episode. They start off with start off with a little flashback showing what Negan does. Then you see them go on a drive. Then you see him throw his axe out and the one thing, and Rick try and go get it without any protection, first of all. And let me get to say one thing: Jeffrey Dean Morgan as Negan, mind blowing. He's amazing as Negan. Very menacing. He's might be the scariest TV villain I've ever seen in TV. Now, thanks for watching. I will give this a definite 5 out of 5 stars. Please like, comment, and subscribe.